The following podcast contains strong language and alternative facts. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Heel Podcast. Over the airwaves and under the influence, we are Turning Heel.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Turning Heel Podcast. We've got a very special episode set for you today because live in the studio we have all three members of the Triple Threat. Starting with me, the Grizz, and with me as always, Chris motherfucking Hughes.
Howdy.
And that other guy, Craig Hermit.
Hi.
So,
We're a bit late this week.
yeah, it's his time of the month.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Stuff happens.
Just can't stop bleeding out my fanny. I'm trying, but
Got that South Park problem, man. Tell you.
At least it's better than shoving food up your butt and shitting out your mouth.
well, we figured that we'd have the opportunity to be a triple threat in one room together.
Yeah, so
I would take advantage of that. Plus there was the whole Kurt Angle thing that was going to be
yeah.
big that we needed to talk about anyway.
And
So
ended up being quite big indeed.
yeah, we'll get to that later on in the show though.
Wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
No.
No, I thought it was going to turn out to be gay, just from the way that he kept acting. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just the way he was acting about it, and then it was like, I love you. It was like, he has to be. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Unless he's got like a weird incest angle going by his now kid or something like that. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on.
Well, you can tell that'd be Vince that's in charge
What,
of
the
that
incest
shit,
angle?
right?
Yeah, fucking I really hope Vince doesn't listen to this now.
it'll be great. Just imagine, like, see, like.
No, I don't want to imagine that.
You
fuck.
hear those stories of Vince McMahon when Steph was legitimately pregnant, and Vince was like, "Oh, make Shane be the father. It'll be great." And then Steph's like, "No, Dad, no." And it's like, "What if I'm the father? It'll be great." Just imagine, like, him sitting there and talking to people and their reaction, like, when that was said.
It's like asking for a tenner.
Now that's a
being
fucking
rejected.
WWE Network show.
Aye, that's what it. No, it's like being asking. It's like asking for a tenner, being rejected, and going, "Mate, use a."
When Vince head's creative.
It's better than Mr. McMahon and his ass. Remember that cartoon? Seriously, that was a thing.
I do actually,
Was it?
vaguely.
Was it?
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah,
It rings a bell.
Mr. McMahon and his ass. And he's walking about with his like pants pulled down and his ass has little muscly arms.
No, I do actually kind of vaguely remember
Oh,
that.
thank
Yeah.
fuck. Cause see the look
I
that
thought you
Craig,
were. I thought you were some.
the
sort of
look
ass.
that Craig gave me there was fucking. I think he was like a bit.
thought
His
you were-
childhood clearly wasn't as fucked up as ours
I
was.
thought
He
you
was
were
about
acid trip,
he
mate.
was about half a step away from just leaving this room.
He's got like, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm out.
But then you backed me up, and it's like I do remember it, and he's like, "Oh God, this was actually a thing.
Is
That's
it?
even worse."
I'm sure it was. Like I do.
No,
I
it
can't.
was. I'm saying it was.
Like I was going, I'm not making this shit up, guys. I'm being real.
Mr.
Right.
McMahon.
Are you
and
good
his
on that
ass.
shit?
Cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yep.
Aye.
Mr. McMahon.
I'm hoping it's proper animated, not anime. Fuck.
Animated. I know if it's anime, it would have like fucking tentacles. Not every anime has tentacles. I've learned that the hard way.
There we go.
Yes!
Mr. McMahon and his
Holy
ass.
Oh.
That's just a photo from it. It was a whole cartoon.
Right, guys, if you're not similar to that, if you're not familiar with it, I've just seen the photo, which is Vince in a vest top, and his ass actually does have full-on arms with wristbands on.
But lifting his own weights.
It's literally as if John Cena's
Ass
been
weights.
stuck up his ass. That's what it is.
Very-
What the fuck?
What's even going on in that photo?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's McMahon and his ass pulling a wishbone.
So it
Because it's
is.
Thanksgiving, because he's wearing the little
Oh
pilgrim hat.
wow! When was this made? I've got to ask.
Fucking
Right,
about,
check- he's got-
about
he's
a
got the
decade
Google-
ago.
he's got the
Well,
Google
I
shot.
was longer than that.
Aye.
Because I was at least still about 10 or 11.
Because this will be when the Attitude Era was around. So
Yeah,
everyone's pretty
totally.
fucked
No,
up.
it was about you know the weird attitude era that nobody talks about, the ruthless aggression era. It was about then, so about 2002 to 2005. That sort of weird
Oh, that's
weird pseudo attitude era.
Speaking of Attitude Era,
Yes.
do you know what happened in the Attitude Era? A lot of controversial storylines, like a boyfriend and his partner fighting each other in an airport.
Oh yeah.
That's an almost link you have there.
Almost.
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 Pray tell where you're going with this.
I can't foretell what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the latest episode and the great love story that is Paige and Alberto Del Rio.
See, at this point, this is honestly starting to become like one of those like kind of Spanish. What does he call them? The drama, the Mexican dramas or the Spanish dramas.
I believe it's just called drama, mate.
No, it's got Televisia or something like that. What the fuck are they called?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Alright, fuck it.
I'm going to have to, yeah.
Google that shit up.
No, I'm gonna
Oh,
Google
no.
that. Now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. do
Right, so
tell.
Chris, tell us a story.
Yeah, go for it. Tell us what's happening. Right.
Right, I'm not going to go through the whole story.
No.
We'll go
there's
through
only-
some
there's
bullet
only one
points.
podcast.
See, to be honest, remember that time we done practically an entire episode on the demise of TNA and the Billy Corgan thing and all that? I feel if at one point we should just get all of this and do like 2 hours just going through. They met. Paige got
They
injured.
met, they fucked, then it went tits up. The end.
The end.
Right, so Alberto's been investigated for domestic battery, apparently.
Well,
So we spoke about this briefly on the last episode, yes?
sorry.
We just saw Grizzly's history there.
Shut up.
Oh, no way.
See, this is why I love you here in person. This is genius.
I missed that. I'm assuming it was porn.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as JBL's. How's that?
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
bad
At least
JBLs.
the woman that was there is didn't look like that anyway. Wee.
Anyway, back to the story, which we will catch up with Grizzly's one later on. But your story so far.
Well, it's not my story.
Not
I
that,
am simply in the.
Yeah, Chris wrote it. It's like that. It's like that movie with Will Ferrell where like somebody writes the book as Will Ferrell lives his life.
That Stranger
Stranger
Fiction?
Fiction?
Aye. Well, it could be any worse than fucking Bewitched. Anyway,
Ouch.
it's shit. No. Anyway, carry on.
Right, so Alberto's been investigated for domestic battery. We spoke about this briefly on the last episode when the news broke.
That was happening.
Yeah, that's right. And during that episode, we'd said that Paige had came out and said that it was a woman.
Telenovelas. That's what they're called. You're welcome.
For everyone that wasn't waiting for that, we thank you so much.
The latest episode of Alberto and Paige telenovela.
See,
more
that's the
you
type of
know.
thing you should do before we start recording, guys.
Research.
I just come up with things on the spot, and that's why sometimes it's really bad. I'm like, I did it. What's it called? Shit. This would have been really good if I knew what I was talking about. Sometimes I should let my mind work before my mouth starts. to
Yeah, that'd be handy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Paige came out and said that
That's
there
right,
was a third party involved in
That's all.
this third party threw the water in Del Rio's face or
Yeah.
blah blah blah
What a
whatever.
shite.
Right, well, that's now been proven to be, as Grizz just put it, a load of shite.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the audio came out.
yep, TMZ released some audio that you can clearly hear Paige.
Screaming at him. Well, like,
Yeah,
the
she's
whole-
she's clearly distressed. Let's put it that
You
way.
hear the whole conversation between the two of them where she says, I'm trying to get away from you! I'm trying to get away! You're ruining
Some-
my career! And then Alberto's like, oh, Holmes. I can't do this.
Well, you see, I did some research into this and I have some actual quotes.
Okay.
Instead of
Rather
Grizz
than
just
one of the-
shouting nonsense. So
said that.
she can be heard saying things such as,
I can't
"Stay out of my life. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to get away from you all the
See,
time.
I was right.
Right.
And then Alberto said something like, "Oh, what are you gonna get a restraining order or something like that?" And then she was like, "Yeah, well, if that's what it takes."
No, he was talking about I'm going to phone the police, and she said, "Well, phone the police if that's what it
Certainly heard
takes."
restraining order and that. Okay, maybe, but something like that. Aye. Anyway,
Yeah. So since then, Paige's brothers have been pretty active on social media. Zack Knight had the following to say. She had one prick known as Brad Maddox who took advantage of an 18-year-old girl, physically and mentally abused her, and now she's with a control freak who thinks he's a tough guy because he beats my sister and has money to cover his tracks. So basically what he's saying is fucking money buys everything.
Alberto's a dick.
Well, basically,
Like we've kind of always said.
Yep.
yeah.
It didn't take a rocket science to work out that Del Rio's a bit of a dick.
It didn't take a rocket science.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
It didn't take a rocket surgeon to figure that out.
So our brother Roy,
Alright.
Ah,
our brother Roy,
I'm in a really good mood today. Kieran.
then said on Facebook that Del Rio had said that he'd wished death on their sick uncle,
Oh,
which is
fuck's
what
sake.
sparked the argument. Alright? Paige has since came out and said that it was her that threw the beer in Alberto's face, and it was actually her who is under investigation for domestic battery, not Alberto, which the Florida State Police Department has confirmed in a statement is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
Global Force has since stripped Del Rio pending the outcome of the investigation, and the World Association of Wrestling has also stripped Del Rio of their title. That's
Yeah, 'cause
been the
that
story
belt
so
means
far.
Shit.
Yeah, who cares about that?
I
But
know.
at the same time, you know, it's Paige's family that runs it.
The only thing I think is, I think the most important part of it, in my personal opinion, is that she either gets more friends to help her in this situation. This type of situation, which it sounds like, as every fan or every person that they will try and give you their 2 cents in it, it's a whole lot better in the sense of if she gets help or someone else to identify, basically to help her and pull out of it. Knights did the great thing, which I read exactly what Zack Knight was saying on that thing, and it came across bluntly, and as many people in the world shared it, which I enjoyed, because the more people that can hear about it, the better. And to be blunt, it's shit, because the fact is, for the situation as well, but the fact is, like, I was reading some of the comments of social media of people just inspirating Paige something fierce for the situation that she's in, and I'm sitting there, just makes you question, but wrestling fans in general going, this is a real life situation, get your shit together. GFW, their shit as well, basically, well, not their shit in general, but I just mean the situation they're handling it, is that they've recorded about 4 weeks of tapings, I think it is.
Yeah, we
And
spoke about
it's
that
about
last
that,
week.
yeah, and they're basically, we're going to take them off, not going to do actually bullshit as well, it's not going to do anything. And, but yeah, the WXW, sorry, I did it again, WAW, stripping them the title, doing a 32-man tournament, best way to start it, new start for that. But you know what? Bane thinks hope she gets better. Well, I hope she gets the help she needs. That's my thought on it.
We've
The
said
thing
since,
is, though, like,
yeah.
everything about this story, like, just totally does scream that there's real domestic abuse going on here.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you read into domestic abuse cases and stuff like that, I'm really into true crime,
Yeah.
as, you know, like, read a lot of true crime stuff, listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and it's like, something with serial killers, right? That almost all of them have had some sort of brain injury in their life, and they became a killer, right? Domestic violence kind of has the same thing, and the one thing that almost every domestic violence case seems to have is the victim blaming themselves and saying, no, it's me,
It was
and
my
protecting the abuser.
Yeah.
And that's like exactly what's going on here.
The thing
I know,
is,
it almost sounds as if like that's happened and Alberto has said to Paige, put this up, and then that's why like the first line of the thing that she put on Twitter was, Alberto didn't make me write this, which kind of means Alberto made you write this.
it wouldn't surprise me the fact if he had access to her Twitter and Facebook account. It would, if it is in that sense, which in many cases it is, it does sound as if he would have that and have that type of power. And I'll be bluntly honest, anyone out there involved in situations like this, if you recognise the situation, if you're in that situation yourselves,
Get help.
Get help. You know what? It's easier for us to sit there and go get help or do this. Obviously, we're not in that situation. Whether man, woman, or anyone in that situation, trapped in that situation like that, try get a call. Try phone someone. Try doing that. Try doing anything at all. Obviously,
Speak to somebody.
Speak to someone. And obviously, if you're in that situation, you feel powerless. And you know what? The main thing is anything at all is some sort of anything is an outreach. And you know what? Just go for it and hope that it gets resolved, and hope that nothing further bad in the Paige or better story happens. And I hope it doesn't get any worse.
I know. It's really started worrying me at
Yeah,
this point.
like I think everyone's now starting to get worried, and you're going to have these trolls on the internet that will continually take the piss out this poor lassie.
Mm-hmm.
And like right now, to me, I get the feeling she's stuck in a relationship she wants out of.
Mm-hmm.
She can't get out of it, and at the same time, this guy is quite literally ruining her career.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's ruining her life.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like because
Everything
his
in
mouth
her
is going to get her jotters eventually.
Yeah, because there's only so far WWE can take. Apparently getting slagged off. Apparently going to be this. Apparently that. The whole 9 yards. The thing is, I'll be blunt honest. But 2-3 years ago, we would have happily said that Paige is one of the women to watch out for. Well, she did climb.
Absolutely.
And the fact is, you sit there and go, she's had an injury and everything else, but she is one of the most, not just entertaining, but more or less one of the most unique people out there.
Yeah.
Basically, whole 9 yards of women's wrestling. And you know what? She was helping do that whole entire thing with AJ Lee before the women's revolution kicked off. And the whole entire thing is to watch it and go the way it's been played, or the way it is happening now, is, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's people out there who want to reach out, and as you said, there's trolls out there that will take the piss out of this. They'll do the whole 9 yards, and they will be as barbaric as possible because they see someone they can pick on whole 9 yards. I don't really know what to say except to every troll out there, fuck you guys, you're a piece of shit, fuck you.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Sitting in your mother's basement, probably jacking off to her naked photos.
Mouth breathers.
Oh, don't even start me, man. It's just anyway. But that's my take on the whole situation. Just hope she gets the help that's needed to try and pull her out of it, and I hope the Knight family just hope the best. Well, I'll be wanting the hope Knight family gets well over the passing of the uncle, and at the same time is, you know what, hope basically they get out of this, and that way people can stop being such a douche about it. Focus on her wrestling. Focus on the AWA, and you know what. Everything else I do as well. WW. I keep doing it again. WW and the whole 9 thing. So that's my take on it. Again,
You called that different company.
I keep on calling that same shit all the time.
But you said WXW the first time, and then AWA.
Man, he was doing such a nice speech as well. Anyway,
I get the feeling that WWE's a lot more sympathetic towards Paige than a lot of people realise. Because I genuinely think that she would be gone by now.
yeah.
But they've got her contracted to the very least 2018, and I think like this is kind of one of these things where Paige needs to get back soon to kind of show her worth again, because I wouldn't be surprised if as soon as that contract comes up, they'll just be like, you're not worth the hassle anymore. So I think Paige kind of needs to come back soon, as soon as she's ready. Obviously, don't fucking rush into it. But
I agree with you, but a wrestling career kind of needs to take a back seat just now. Like, she has to get her real life sorted out first.
Just out the spotlight a bit. That's my mind.
But like, obviously, as we've said before, the whole kind of thing of as soon as she gets back on television and wrestling again, she'll be on the road, which means she'll get away from him for a start. Like, not everything will be, you know, like hunky dory exactly, but like she needs away from him. She is like,
I don't think you let her though. That's the thing.
Well, you know what? Like, she needs to go to fucking work.
And she's obviously bending over backwards to protect him.
But it's
just such a horrible, sad, messy situation.
It's basically it's one of those situations that's affected many people, not just Paige and Alberta in that situation. It's something that happens across the world in many families, and it's a whole lot bigger situation than we would have in a podcast. It's something massive bigger than that. Something that was rife in the 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way back in time as well. And you know something, the main thing is that for anyone in this situation is just to get help. It's, again, as I've said, repeating myself, it's easy for us to say it, but you know what, you guys are doing the whole entire thing, living it. It's anyone listening, even just a phone call to the Samaritans or anyone at all, any help group, That's the main forward for it.
Samaritans are great.
Yeah.
They're good when you've no money at a festival and you need some food and they give you a cheese toasty. Fucking
Nice.
dynamite.
Do they?
Yeah. Go see Samaritans and tell them, like, I have no money, they give you a cheese toasty. And all you need to do is sit and listen to them talk about God for 20 minutes while you eat it. It's
Cause
crack, man.
it's like you finish one quickly and it's like, I'm really interested in this conversation. Can I get another toasty? And another... Just continue your story, but can I get another one? That'd be great.
There used to be, did any of you guys ever go out in
The Union?
Strathclyde Union?
Aye.
See the across the road from that?
That church.
Yeah, they used to have it on 12-hour Tuesday.
Seriously?
They would like Samaritans would be standing outside that church with like hot toasties for you coming out. When you come out the
That,
pub.
I kept going.
Widow-
Scheming.
widow-
I kept going to the hot
I'll
chocolate.
talk to you about God. He's a. Can I get a wee
Can
bit
I
of
get-
tomato on
can I
that,
get-
please?
Is that bit from Father Ted where it goes, God's great. We're all going to heaven, lads. Way.
But yeah, in all seriousness, no. It's a shame for the poor lassie.
Aye, totally. But we love you, Paige. We just want you back. Is that so hard to ask?
Absolutely, like Paige, I think she'll be the one, or she could have been at least the one to come from the divas generation
Yeah.
to like push through and be considered in this same sort of sentence as Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey.
The full
Becky.
husband type thing. Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of her and I'd say Emma are the two women's wrestlers that pretty much made people like look at women's wrestling again and go, hold on a sec, they can actually wrestle.
Aye, that NXT final was excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like that was the first time that's like people sort of looked up again and went, holy shit, like women's wrestling can actually be good if they fucking try.
But did you hear about the tweet she put out regarding such a situation on Raw?
Who's she?
Emma.
What'd she say?
Yeah, she said, here in hashtag W Nashville, watching Alexa versus Bailey, then Sasha and Nina. Love watching others get opportunities that I never get.
I know, right?
Cool.
Why do you think I've always been on the fucking Emma bandwagon? It's not because she's incredibly attractive and has the sexiest accent ever. No, far from that. Okay, maybe it's a bit about that.
That was good,
But
good.
she's, I think she's a fantastic wrestler. And, alright, yeah, she was injured and all that, and then kept off telly for about 5 months with this Emelina gimmick that nothing ever happened with.
That's Emelina gimmick that Lahana's doing.
Basically, aye.
Fucking theme song, then.
I actually listened to it for the 4 full minutes. I actually went on YouTube, not YouTube, the iTunes, and started listening to it properly. And I sat there and thought, I really need to be looking at my life.
Yeah. I do that quite a lot as well.
Yeah, but the theme song I listen to is fucking Mike and Maria's theme.
Are you into that right now?
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
I mean,
I haven't heard it fully
See,
yet.
Paige and Alberto, that's what you should be like.
Yeah.
This
is the greatest love I've ever known. Down, 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 down. I'm burning up in your love.
Don't touch
burning
me.
up in your love.
Don't touch me.
No one else. No one decided to stop me
Katushes.
singing.
Stop.
Don't touch me.
This has been a really weird podcast.
Yeah, it has, and it's all your fault, Chris.
Yeah.
It wasn't my
It's gender.
fault.
No, what his fault is genders.
It's fucking Gender's fault.
That's what happens when you're hindering Ginger.
24 minutes.
Ginger?
Ginger.
You're racist.
The fuck?
On to some sadder news.
No.
Not sadder, like that sounded really bad. But on to more sad news. This one really fucking got to me. I sent you a drunken text at stupid o'clock in the morning. I was that angry about it.
Which one? Is this?
Talking Smack being cancelled.
Don't fucking start me on this. Like,
The one thing to progress fucking people's careers and you take it away. Well done.
What was it I sent you? It was something like, do you know what's the best thing to do? Like, cancel the most entertaining show of the week. Like,
I don't actually want to look at the way we exchange to each other because I know there was some. I think it was like, do you know what I love? And I was like, dicks. I think that was my reply.
It's really pissed me off though that it's cancelled. You know they've also cancelled. I didn't really watch it either. I didn't really watch it. But
Unfiltered, wasn't it?
yeah, they've also cancelled Unfiltered.
You know
They just
what?
try to put Renee out of a fucking job.
Like,
Ain't you getting that feeling?
I don't really know how. And the thing is, they didn't even bloody well tell her either. She found out via social media.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that fucking irritates me, right? I had the network. I say had because I cancelled it yesterday.
Why?
What?
Because Renee's job is on the line.
No, I would no. I think it's like, as I've said, I've said this to you before, right? The fact is, W Network is great for old wrestling events. It's great for a whole bunch of things. Like you get all the ECW, WCWs, all that stuff. But you know what? I grew up in the 90s. I traded videos, VHSs, back in the 90s. DVDs as it gone on. I did all that shit already. I've lived it, done it. Bought a T-shirt, and Deja Vu just isn't what it used to be. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'm now on network. Well, I'm on watching the network. And the only thing I tuned in for was Talking Smack and the pay-per-views. That was it. Maybe Unfiltered, or maybe the road trips thing, which I didn't mind. But in fact, you take Talking Smack out there, I'm literally just watching the pay-per-views, which we can get elsewhere. The W YouTube channel, if we're going to be really nice about it, W YouTube channel does a whole bunch of stuff already. Their Twitter accounts, which there is over 10 of them, highlight different videos of the pay-per-views in different camera angles.
Ooh.
Yes. Which, you know what, is great and everything. So what the fuck do I need to pay $9.99 for when I could easily look at either Progress or Combat Zone Studios and all the rest of it? But you know what? Talking
Women's Wrestling Network.
or that, but the Talking Smack basically helped everyone like the Miz a whole lot more. Gave one of the best promos, and John Cena gave one of his best promos when he was going against the Miz, which, no, trust me, it was actually good, and a whole lot more.
Nah, the only time I can remember John Cena on Talking Smack was when somebody came in and attacked Nikki Bella, and then like later on in the show, John Cena just came in and is like, "Oh, all right, what a miss!" And it's like, "Oh, fuck you."
But no,
I forgot about that. That fucking pissed me off at the time. I'm like, well, but then he went out. Did he not go straight out and work a match?
Yeah.
After that happened as
Like,
well.
we-
No, this
Queen
was on
apparently.
Talking Smack, so it was after SmackDown. But like, he's like, "Oh, what I miss?" And then Renee's like, "Oh, this is what you missed. Here's your fucking girlfriend at the time. Girlfriend's face getting fucking plowed right into a glass table." And then he's just like, "Oh, well."
Probably should have been there for that.
It was worse than that. He was just like, "Oh,
She can handle herself."
Oh yeah, she's a tough girl. She can handle herself." And it's like, well, she's away in the fucking hospital right now.
So John, I'm really glad that you've decided to come to therapy. So if you could just tell me, where do you think the relationship went wrong?
I guess it was this time when my girlfriend got her face smashed into a glass table, and I didn't do anything about it.
How did that make you feel, John?
I was getting an interview, so I don't know. I guess I was doing this for the fans.
You have to tell me though, John. This is what therapy's all about. You got to tell me, how did that make you feel? Deep down, I mean, your girlfriend just got her face smashed against a glass table.
I mean, she's really tough, and
if that had horribly disfigured her, John, would you still love her?
she's a really tough individual.
I literally thought you were going to go for the whole entire, you know what, she never gave up. She's full of that, hustle and respect and loyalty.
She can fight her own battles.
Unless it's against Mike and Maurice.
Mike Mazzanin.
But no, Talking Smack was one of the best. And the fact is, what people have said is because Vince doesn't like it because
It's unscripted.
It's unscripted, which is one of the fucking reasons why we like it.
I know. God forbid. What
It's-
a noble concept.
Apparently, Vince wants it gone altogether.
Yeah, that's what I've read. Yeah. Well, Vince.
They're still doing them after pay-per-views, but we'll see how long that lasts.
But to me, this is another thing that says that Vince, as he is the final word on it, he is losing touch with the fans.
Oh, completely.
There's-
We've known this for a long time.
This is just another case of it, where the big thing is it's now changing. The world in wrestling is changing, where a whole bunch of stuff is happening. Where now you've got, well, in this case, you've got flips and dives. All that stuff's happening. The what's it called?
What?
Dynamic. There we go. Of wrestling is changing, and now talking smack is one of the best ways of watching it, catching up on it, and a whole lot more done for social media and seeing wrestlers show what they can do without being held back by a script or in the ring. And
Baron Corbin.
case in point, one of the best things.
Fucking
about
The Miz.
That's what I was saying. I Miz is that, but the thing is,
But Baron Corbin seems like such a genuine human being
Yeah.
in that show, and it's unbelievable the way that like the real Baron Corbin, who's still told roughly what to say, like he's like, right, go on, talk about how you're the best and how you're going to win Money in the Bank, but just be yourself. And he goes on, he's just like, I like people's money. I don't like the people. Like, don't come up and talk to me, but give me your money. And then it's like, fair enough. That's exactly what a heel should fucking think. That's why he does
Also,
it.
Did any of you guys listen to his interview on Talk is Jericho?
no.
Baron Corbin? Oh,
How
fucking.
recent is it?
It's just came out a couple of weeks ago. It was recorded after he won Money in the Bank, so at this point he's Mr. Money in the Bank.
Alright, nice.
And it's like, it's hilarious, man. Like, he just comes across as such a genuine guy
Aye.
who is actually really happy to be doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Quite cool.
Like, he's talking about like the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, I keep hearing wrestlers say they have to carry it everywhere and all that, right? But it's always in promos and the shows, and I'm always just kind of like, yeah, that's kayfabe. But no, they do have to carry it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like he now has to use it as his carry-on luggage for a flight.
That's all it is.
Oh,
But like, wasn't that like,
So like, his iPad's in it, his headphones is in it.
wasn't that like the first time Sheamus won the WWE title? He walked about in the airport with it, like just. I guess he was just that proud of it or whatever. But
I would do that.
I would do it.
that was the stupid shitty John Cena championship belt. Anyway,
Yeah, but no. Talking smack definitely going to be missed.
Grizz in peace.
It's yes, but it's, you know what? If someone else wants to do another show, like you know what, start tuning into that shit because that's a lot better. I mean,
I know we need more space on the network for Vince McMahon and my ass.
don't joke about that, man. That shit
Yeah,
will happen.
fucking. Vince might listen to this.
Aye.
And before we know
Okay.
it, fucking, I don't know, Breaking Ground's cancelled and it's Vince McMahon and his ass.
Let's be blunt. It won't be Vince that'll listen to this. It'll be one of Vince's media users. Or
Actually-
just go, he said your name.
Not one, it'll be Vince. Vince loves us.
I'm
He tweets me on a regular basis.
I'm
He
convinced.
loves us like a cold sore. Go for it.
I'm convinced that like they actually do listen because
Well-
I have seen a certain spoiler for a certain NXT debut that we may or may not have spoke about recently. I'll leave you with that.
I know what you're talking about.
It could be none to the fact is that star was doing really well in independence, and we saw that. Not doing that now.
So we're not going to talk about it until it turns up in television. That's why we're not going to be talking about the Mae Young Classic until it's on television / network.
Do you know the thing is though? I can't remember if I said this in the podcast, but I definitely was like talking to you about it at some point. I called the DIY breakup
Yeah, you did.
exactly like how it was going to play out. As soon as that news
For
broke
the
that
most part,
Ciampa
aye.
was injured, and I was like, oh, if I can get someone to replace him, then that's the reason Ciampa's pissed off because he got replaced like that.
And Ciampa said that.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get the replacement guy, but he was like, oh, I was injured. And I knew
You were-
just like that, I would have been replaced. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, you almost done it. Like, you almost cut out the promo verbatim from what you fucking said. So I'm convinced that maybe Vince is listening in some form of fashion.
Hold on, they do know who you are, Chris, don't they?
Oh,
WWE knows who you are.
That's true. That's true.
They know
Oh,
who you are.
they know who we are. It was us. It was
you guys.
It was us
that's
as a collective that got that cease and desist order.
Oh, yeah. Because he was sending it to us. Also, yeah, and also, you know, WWE Network star for the UK Championship tournament. Your pal knows you from NXT that recorded you, and I don't think that footage is ever going to see the light of day
What was that?
from download.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
He was right. So he was right. I can't tell if we actually told this story, but I'll just tell.
Drake
it.
clearly doesn't know it.
No.
On you go.
No.
We were at Download. I think it was like the Saturday afternoon, maybe, like, and so we were drinking. Like we were both at different parts of the tent because he was meant to go away, then come back, and then Alistair Black came on, and he's just like it was tits, and he's just like Ali, fucking Black. And then we were standing in the line for the next one. I think we were just going to do the signing because who was there?
I can't remember. I don't think we knew who was at the signing yet. I think we just had some time to kill.
I think Andrade, and I think it was Andrade in the Iconic Duo, and then like one of the guys like ran up and was like, "Oh yeah, it's you! Oh, the big Alistair Black fan." And then this other guy just started pointing a camera at him, and he's like, "Oh, what do you think about NXT being a download?" And then he's. And then.
Do you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I couldn't remember what you were talking about, but it's all coming flooding back now.
And then,
I'm like, it's fucking dynamite, mate.
no, you're
Oh, thank God it wasn't live.
your line was, "Oh, it's made me happy as fuck." And then the guy's like, "Oh man, we can't use that. You can't swear." And then you just went, "Oh, it's made me a very happy man." And I think you kind of rubbed your belly as well, like very happy. And then I was like pure buzzing at that point as well. So I was just pure like sticking my head. I'm like, "Oh, that's great, isn't it?"
Notice me, people. Notice me.
I was on the network before.
Yeah, I was a bit fucked at download.
I love how you're like, "Tell this story," because I call it.
No, I didn't remember it. I was like, what the hell happened? But yes, now you mention it, I remember. Yeah.
That was a weird Saturday afternoon when we got like drunk really early at like fucking 1 o'clock, and we had nothing to do till like 5. So we just started drinking, and then we were like really tired, and we both just passed out for like an hour. And then I just kind of woke up and was like, "What the fuck? What time is it? I've just been lying here."
See, this is why I'm not go to a festival. You guys are talking.
Oh, it was messy.
Aye.
But I seen the Sunday, not a drop of alcohol crossed my lips on the Sunday. I was that fucked
I was
from
going
the
to say, could
Saturday.
you fucking move?
Oh,
Well, actually, like he was fucked because like he had like fucking heat stroke, so that was probably the
Yeah.
reason why.
yeah, the fucking hangover was a big factor in that as well.
Fair enough.
The heat stroke was
Or
was the main culprit, but
The hangover didn't help. So what is worse, having hangover or having fucking sunstroke, or both at once in your case?
oh, it was horrible. Never again. Anyway, we've
Aye.
totally digressed.
I know. Sorry.
Pretty majorly digressed.
Did we?
I mean, let's face it. That's the norm. For
Yeah,
us.
exactly. I was going to say, do we have plans for this?
Well, he is the one. He is
Ah,
the
he's
man
brains,
with the
he's the
plans
brain,
right now,
he's the
but
brains.
he is.
You are
still-
the
we're
brains
still
of this
talking about-
operation, yeah.
Are we finished talking about Talking Smack?
I think so. Then.
I guess so.
I think we did.
Yeah, give us
Are
some
we
peace.
are we finished Talking Smack?
Well, WWE are.
Aye. Hey.
Yeah, cool. So, shall we talk a wee bit about Battleground, which will be this Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Yaha.
Disclaimer: this has been recorded on Tuesday afternoon, so SmackDown hasn't aired yet.
Yeah.
So by the time you listen to this, it may or may not be outdated.
And there may be another match or two that may be added that we won't talk about right now. But the Punjabi Prison is going to be at SmackDown tonight.
Yes, it is. I might actually stay up and watch it. Stayed up and
Aye.
watched Raw last night for the first time ever. And guess why I did that, WWE?
AIDS.
Because you had an intriguing story
Yeah,
that I
I know,
wanted
right?
to see the
Whoa.
outcome of.
Whoa,
I know.
You don't use the S word when it comes to WWE. Alright?
Wait, S word?
Story.
Storyline.
I thought
It's
it
that-
was-
Because it was an
that-
intriguing story that I didn't want in any way spoiled for me, so I was like, I'm going to stay up and I'm going to watch it.
Is that
Wow.
unfamiliar? That fact is that you said that. Is that unfamiliar? The fact is that WWE used an actual storyline. You went, what's the S word?
I was
Yeah.
thinking the word was sex. There was no sex on Raw.
Did you know of?
Well, technically there had to have been 20
Yeah,
odd years
exactly,
ago.
No, but like, not only was there the intriguing storyline of the Kurt Angle situation, but then there was also a match that actually had a fucking what do you call it? Stipulation.
A reason to be fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Because it just seems as if a lot of times Raw is just people fighting for the hell of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fucking world title #1 contenders match is like, that's actually a really exciting match. I didn't really watch much of it because I was in a rush to try and get here, but still.
Well, I didn't actually see the main event because the perfectly legal stream that I had of it died, and it took me like 20 minutes to find that to begin with. So I was like, oh fuck it, I can't be
Why
arsed looking
don't
for
you
another
use
one.
you just don't use anything that's supplied to you, do you?
But I'll try to watch it on like the telly downstairs, because if I come up here to watch it, or on my laptop, I just fall asleep.
Well, you could watch in the W Network. No, you can't watch in the W Network because that was the main reason why I wanted to get W Network. But you have to wait at least another month. By the way, that's a reason why I didn't like W Network. Bitchfest 1 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to look at getting an alternative. Not an alternative W Network, I'll keep the W Network, but I mean an alternative. Oh, by the way, this is really something we should be talking about out with of fucking the record button being pushed, but fuck it, I'll forget about it. I've set up a Turn and Heel account on the WWE Network.
Wow.
So I'll give you both login details, and then
fantastic.
you have the network.
Alright. Just as I go. Apparently mine's continues to August the 1st though, so that's delightful. So I get to see Battleground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
I'm going to get to watch Battleground in a
Battleground.
hotel room.
What?
I'm going to get to watch Battleground in a hotel room on Sunday,
Right.
because I can't find anywhere in Manchester that's showing it live. Right, so AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, fucking right away, that's my match of the night.
Allegedly, like apparently that got took off the website for a couple of days.
Did it?
Yep.
Why? Do we know why? No, I was just going to ask.
It was just written-
This was a general question of do we know
Pretty
why?
much just was like after the title change, like the match just disappeared for a couple of days off the website. I assume it's probably is going to happen.
It will happen.
Aye.
So Styles to retain.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, did you hear the reason why they done the title change at Madison Square Garden?
Go for it.
Is because there's an AJ Styles DVD coming out and they wanted exclusive content. So there you go.
Oh, because basically that's one of the reasons why Owens
Aye.
got the title because his DVD was coming out, which is good.
Well, no, like
No, I think
They're gonna-
what Grizz means is they wanted
Something to put
Exclusive
on.
exclusive
content.
stuff they can put on it, so they'll probably have that entire
the
match on it.
entire Yeah.
Aye,
yeah,
'cause that way they won't buy a TNA. Well, is it TNA or GWF? They won't buy any of their shit. Then, so. What's
In fairness, they'll probably only need to offer fucking TNA a tenner.
I have both of AJ Styles' best of TNA DVDs, and I probably got them both for about $5 each.
Like, I think if they are going to release an AJ Styles DVD, they have to, at least, in my opinion, fork out the cash to get that triple threat.
between Samoa Joe, Chris
Daniels
That's
and
from, is that
AJ
Unbreakable?
Styles.
Nah, if,
Yeah.
they're gonna fork out any money for anything, Okada versus AJ Styles from the G1 Climax.
This is it. This fact is this is what we're talking about here. Go for it. What?
Nakamura, AJ Styles, Wrestle Kingdom last year.
This is what I mean. Well, as
But
going
then-
by DVD, they'll
then-
have to do a whole lot more. They have to fork out money because AJ Styles has been fucking everywhere.
The thing is, though,
Go for it. Before you
No,
explode.
I'm just agreeing with you, and that's why I'm doing that, because it's like I'm just getting like
so
fucking
many awesome matches.
I'm just getting orgasmic
The
about
thing
all
is,
the
though,
fucking matches.
WWE seem to have a pretty good relationship with New Japan.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me. Plus, New Japan are trying to push themselves into the American market, so it wouldn't surprise me if maybe they just wrote that footage off to allow WWE to use it, because then that's going out on WWE produced content, which is getting their name out there more.
What?
I just thought like I think New Japan just recently put up the match on YouTube, or somebody has. So I'm just thinking, like, imagine that was on like the DVD, but it was just like a
Someone
recorded.
filming it.
So it was just like a screen grab of somebody's laptop, and you could see the YouTube thing, and,
You can just see the fact that
The
the
YouTube
hand
bar.
mouse on.
but then like at one point it just stops and buffers.
So
No, but like, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Quality
Like,
wrestling, quality WWE right there.
I was having a bit of a fangasm there with like all the amount of like really cool matches that AJ Styles has had outside the WWE. And like the way you were saying there recently, see like that Samoa Joe package before his match with Lesnar,
Yeah.
showed photos of him with the fucking ROH title and all that back in the day. So
Yeah.
WWE really is getting much more friendly with other companies as long as they're not called TNA or GFW. It's the same difference.
Or Jeff Wrestling.
Jeff Wrestling. Global non-stop force action.
Global Non-Stop Action Force Wrestling. There you go.
Trademarked right there. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be a
Total Global Force non-stop action.
Global Non-Stop.
Total Global Force non-stop force action wrestling.
Right,
So-
I'm going to jump in here just quickly. You're going to have to say that shit again one like the end of the show when the fucking like alcohol's all the way through and see if you go through it.
Fantastic.
That's a new police test right
We've
there.
not even broke out the fucking vodka
You
yet.
haven't yet, no.
God. Thanks
Eh,
for coming
right.
off tomorrow.
Right, genuine question then.
Go for
Where do we see both these guys going after the feud? Does the feud continue? They go in their separate ways?
AJ Styles and
Hopefully.
Owens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully.
aye. Owens has
I
got a
want-
lot.
I reckon AJ is going with Rusev after this feud
Yeah.
That would be
or
good.
after this match, and Owens is going with Nakamura.
That would be amazing to see Nakamura versus Owens, and then basically that'll keep them busy up until about say the Rumble probably. If we go with WWE type of things, then after that, then they can start teasing Styles and Nakamura. That would be good if that happened. I
Yeah,
would love that.
yeah, I think that's going to happen at Mania.
Oh,
Right, next we've got Nakamura, Baron Corbin.
It's gonna be
Nakamura win.
interesting. Yeah.
Nakamura win. Nakamura comfortable win. Because I think Mr. Corbin's going to have something else to deal with
Certainly,
later on in the night, which I'll get to that prediction in a minute. But
I think we know where you're going with that one, but yeah, that would be good though. It'd be good.
Yeah.
idea.
Corbin's cashing in on the US title. What?
all right,
I'm glad we're on the same page there.
right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll
That's
tell you
what
what.
Xavier and
I'll tell you what.
Brad Maddox said.
Are we both? Are we both? Are we all pretty sure that Nakamura's taking that match then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was quite safe with that.
What we'll do is we'll talk about the main event just now, and then we can discuss our Money in the Bank predictions, whether or not it's going to be cashed. So Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton in Punjabi prison.
Punjabi.
How have we seen that
So
going?
I think I can see where you're thinking it's going because I've been kind of thinking the same thing. Orton wins.
Yep.
Straight cash in.
Yeah, that's where I see it going.
Because that would do more for Orton to get him to his 16 title reigns. Which
15.
Is it 15? Is it now?
Yep.
That would be
No,
15.
well,
No,
aye,
that's
that
what
would
I mean.
make 15,
That's
yeah.
what I mean. So he's aiming towards that, which would be good. Gets that one done with. Then basically you get Corbin. Good, and that basically means new champion, new direction for SmackDown. That way actually gets this whole entire gender.
Do you know what the
thing off our
bad
backs.
thing is though?
Go for
Like Orton is getting so close to 16 that I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena never wins another belt until Orton becomes a 16-time world champion. Then the two of them are going to have a fucking match that we've seen about a billion times before
Aye.
to see who's going to be the first person to break the record and become a 17-time champion. I mean, adding that aspect onto it makes the match interesting.
Right.
But that's the only thing that makes the match interesting because John Cena versus Randy Orton is fucking garbage every time I've seen it. Even in a ladder match.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Like I've fucking seen that match how many times now?
That's the thing. I mean, like, I'll be blunt and honest. Like,
Cannot be fucked with it again.
At the minimum,
Aye.
about 13 times
Like-
over pay-per-view
aye,
and television.
it's like some of the matches, like early matches, were not bad. Some of them been good, but the fact is, you're watching the same match over and over again, and it doesn't have the electricity or the excitement or the anything at all that you would watch with like a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing. Like, I would not hear people chanting "Fight Forever" with this shit at all.
No, you heard them chant the exact opposite. One of the times they wrestled. Did you? Aye, there was one time, I think it was at the Royal Rumble or something like that.
Please stop fighting.
Give peace a chance, people.
It was something like that. It was like, this match sucks and please end this or some shit like that. I can't remember the exact chants, but there was something along those lines.
Right.
So that was good. That was nice.
Yeah, so I reckon Randy's winning this.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably.
And Corbin's cashing in. Right. this match has kind of pissed me off a little bit
Go on.
because I'm fucking frankly sick of seeing it.
Oh, frankly.
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 Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Natalia
yeah,
versus
got you.
Tamina versus Lana. Oh, for fuck's sake, just going to have a one-on-one match for the women's title.
Right, I'm going to say this now. What the fuck is the problem with WWE and Naomi? I'm going to say this now, and why I'm saying this, because the fact is, actually, you know what? This goes for both Alexa and Naomi. Each time the champions have either won against someone like, say, Lana, who is literally just, basically been squashed each time. She's not been given, and same with Alexa, when it's not is basically given a proper feud with someone that you can actually get their teeth into and go, by the way, that's your women's champion. And on to a point of being a champion is having a feud with someone to rise both. A champion is defined by who they're against. And right now, we've now got a 5-way, once again, another 5-way, because SmackDown can't be arsed, the writers can't be arsed to go, by the way, here's a feud. That's my fucking problem about it.
Well, in fairness, this is a number one contenders match. It's not for the title, but still, it's like, right. So Naomi's the babyface champion, right? Fucking, she should be defending her title on pay-per-view.
That's exactly.
Like, hopefully, like I say, this has been recorded Tuesday afternoon. Maybe she'll get a match announced tonight. But
nice.
they did the exact same for the last pay-per-view. They announced the Lana match the week before the show, and that took the back seat.
Yeah.
Because it was Lana.
Yeah,
But then...
and also, I'm sorry, right? But if you're going to...
Go for it.
No, I'm trying to think how to word this. If you're going to be blunt and honest about what you're saying, the number one contender is fucking already determined. The number one contender is fucking Carmella.
Yep.
That's true.
Even with her Money in the Bank, she's won 2 Money in the Bank matches in the space of 2 weeks.
And
She's
also
pinned the champion.
I was going to say that numerous times now.
And, as you say, like, there was that really awkward segment, I think, in, like, last week's SmackDown, where, like, Naomi was standing there and she's like, right, I want a match. And Shane or Daniel, I think it was Shane, was like, okay, here's the match. It's going to be boop, beep, bop, and bleep and bloop. And a 5-way elimination match. And the winner becomes number one contender. And then they all go, cool. And then they walk away and Naomi's still standing there with a belt. And then she was like, so I'm not going to have a match on the pay-per-view? And Shane's like, guess not. And then it just faded to black.
The thing is, though, it'd be a great dynamic if they did do Naomi and Carmella.
Yeah.
Just do it as a non-title. Does it really matter?
No, even for the title.
Yeah, that's what he's
because Carmella has done everything you would expect someone to have to do to be number one contender.
Yeah.
She's won her big matches. She's pinned the champion.
Yeah.
But you can then have the dynamic where they'll go into the match and Carmella's like, technically I've got 2 chances.
Yeah.
So if she loses, she can then cash in.
Yeah.
And you know what? That would be unique. Never happened before. But the thing is, this is the state of play that's happening a lot with the women's wrestling in WWE at the moment.
Edge could have done that once.
Is that we could have done it? He actually did. Did he not do that? Basically, Elimination Chamber, where he lost the title, then took someone's place in the other cage match, and won the title type thing. It's kind of like that, similar in that sense.
But he won it. He won a world heavyweight title in the One Contenders tournament one time while being Money in the Bank holder, and I was like, cash them both in. But no, didn't happen.
But this is the problem we've got with WWE at the moment. I mean, like, at the moment, the storylines aren't going any further forward. We're not seeing any progression in it, right? And that's your champion. We're seeing they're just going, right, we've got multiple, let's have multi-matches all the time. We need feuds. The whole entire point of getting people into the women's division is going, this is going to be good, this is why. I mean, in fact, if you look at women's promotions across, you've got Pro Wrestling Eve, you've got Shine, Shimmer, you've got a whole bunch of others out there. And even in fact, if that's just basically going with women-based companies. If you've got women's matches in other wrestling promotions, you watch that because they've got good feuds. They've got it with basic good storylines. And you know what? It doesn't take... You're basically the superpower of wrestling, WWE. Fucking give us more. Stop pissing us off.
I've got an idea. Here's a simple feud. Just you can have this one for $20 because I've give you enough for free. I think at this point, Charlotte versus Natalia. Yeah, both have submission finishers. Both have famous relatives. I would say famous dads, but I'm sure not everybody knows who Neidhart is. Neidhart.
Yeah, I think they probably would do.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't know by name, but see if you went, oh, he's Bret Hart's tag team partner on the Hart Foundation.
him with the-
Everybody would know.
Him with the goatee.
Aye, everybody would know.
All the time. Yeah.
Here's an interesting
But
fact.
see,
though.
like there's a feud right there. So it's like, right, you two can go off and do that. Like, Tamina, you're not needed tonight. It's okay. Don't feel slighted. It's the thing I say every week. Sick of seeing every woman on SmackDown. Sick of seeing fucking, like, they just all need to be on every show. It's like, they don't all need to be on every show.
There's too many women on SmackDown for a 2-hour show.
Well, how about the
When you
better
think about it,
women?
like
No, go ahead.
Raw is floundering
Seven.
just now. Like if you think of the women's division, like there's so many women that just aren't doing anything on Raw.
Yeah. I mean, I look at that fucking elimination gauntlet match the other week. Like, Emma and Mickey James, it's the first time I've seen them in about 2 months. And it was like, fuck, I forgot they were still here.
Maybe it's not too much, but as you were saying, have them intermittently on it. Have bits and pieces of fact is, you know what? Yeah, reminders they're there, but the fact is, you know what? They don't have to be injected into non-storyline matches. Like, a case in point, as you were saying about Raw, you had that gauntlet match and you had high caliber people eliminated within minutes. Now, could you imagine, like, basically, they are supposed to be the stars of the women's division. Could you imagine, say, any like Kevin Owens eliminated 3 minutes? Could you imagine, say, or any of the main events, like Corbin eliminated 3 minutes? That's me looking at SmackDown. Fact is, could you imagine a Dean Ambrose or a Seth Rollins eliminated in that amount of time? Fucking bullshit. You have to
Unless
basically.
they're against Reigns.
Aye, but the thing is, in my mind, is, you know what? If you're treating a division with respect, you have to at least give it a reason why. And yeah, it's great that Nia Jax came off looking like a fucking monster because she is that good, and they've worked hard at doing that. But don't do that to sacrifice other people. It makes no sense. The only time to raise someone is if your opponent is just as good. You can have matches like, what was that match? Was it AJ Styles versus who was it against in SmackDown? Was it Gable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them, fucking brilliant match. And you know what? Didn't need a dramatic storyline for it. But the fact is, it was
All it needed was Gable's opportunity.
exactly
That's all it needed.
That's all it needed. And you know what? That's all it takes by someone taking a step back and letting the opponent shine rather than be a squash. That got you interested.
Well, see,
Game on.
see, that's the thing now. Like, I'm gonna quickly get into two things here while they're still in my head. One, that fucking gauntlet made me actually love Nia Jax. Like, I always kind of liked her, even when she wasn't that good. But the fact that the shift she put in during that match, and I thought, like, I was actually raging she didn't win. Like, I was so mad when Sasha Banks won, and like, but like, I know you were saying like, established people like Mickey James. She is established, but she is really kind of cannon fodder now. Let's face it. In WWE, she's just there.
She's there to let the younger girls win,
I would love to
and
see.
then they can go with, oh, I've got a victory over Mickey James.
I would
Do you know
love
what I mean?
to see, but see, that's the thing. She's not held in high enough regard to the point where getting a victory over Mickey James is really a big deal anymore. Because she's just, ever since she's came back, she hasn't fucking won a match that I fucking remember. But I personally would like to see Mickey James maybe get one more title run before she retires.
I think she will. In fact, I'm going to say something controversial here because it seems a very long way in the distance.
Okay.
I think she's going to be the one to take the belt off Alexa.
Ooh. But see, like, that's a match I want to see properly, because they kind of had like kind of half-arse matches on SmackDown, and then they could still do the whole thing of Mickey James came back to help Alexa and blah
Yeah.
blah 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 and all that stuff. The other thing I was going to mention was if AJ Styles is going to continue doing this US Open Challenge, first of all, fuck off John Cena, and I want to see Gable get another shot.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
Especially now.
Yeah, now that obviously American Alpha is no more,
Yeah.
definitely want to see Gable get a good proper singles push. I actually think Gable's better than Jordan,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I don't think anyone.
But
Like the only reason,
Jason Jordan has fucking. That's his name in it?
Yeah.
I thought I got that mixed up.
although I've got this horrible feeling that very shortly he's going to be Jason Angle.
Don't do that. But it makes sense because, like, obviously, you know, not married or in like that. But I forget one point now. Oh yeah, Jason Jordan has tall. He's Jason Jordan's tall, as well as athletic and
See-
blah, a good wrestler.
See, to be honest though, we're kind of diversing into
Yeah.
something we're going to talk about later here.
Yeah, sorry.
But see, to be honest, see if you look at Jason Jordan and Kurt Angle, there is actually a little bit of resemblance there. They could totally get away with
Yeah.
being related. Like,
like, did you actually watch the interview?
yeah,
Yeah, and seeing the two of them fucking sitting next to each other, I was like, they actually look alike. That's kind of terrifying.
yeah.
The interview was played really like lifelike to the point where it was quite freaky. But the thing is, I blame.
Although,
kayfabe
can you
news for
imagine,
this.
like, sorry.
No, go for it. I blame kayfabe news for this. You guys didn't write a story about this earlier. You guys should have jumped on this. I expect a whole lot better from you. I thought you guys. I actually looked on Facebook last night looking at your articles because I thought you guys might have done something like this already.
But see, thing is though, like, see, like, being like Jason Jordan in that situation where you're sitting there doing the interview and Kurt Angle's like your quote unquote dad. That must have been creepy. Like, Angle kind of came across as like the creepy dad.
Because he kept
And he kept touching him. I'd be like, bro.
It's like the second
Don't touch me.
the second the interview started, like it's like we're sitting here with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan, and then Kurt Angle just wraps his arm. Like, no, it didn't wrap his arm, but he just kind of went and just put his arm on like Jason Jordan's shoulder, and Jason was just like. But the other thing,
It did get a bit creepy.
the other thing with that interview was, see, anytime Jason Jordan's got interviewed, it sounded like this. I just think that, I look to my. Somebody needed to turn that fucking mic down. All you could hear was Jason Jordan breathing constantly, really loudly into that microphone.
It's because like he's obviously never fucking had to do an interview where he's got a fucking
Little
collar
strap on mic.
microphone. Yeah. Because like he could it was his fucking strap on. No, it was his posture though, because he was sitting like that, so therefore when he was
like,
breathing,
you're
it was
nervous.
going right down onto like fucking. He looks really out his depth, to be honest. Anyway, we'll get back into that later.
I just wanted to say that before I forgot because it drove me nuts.
Next we've got the Usos versus the New Day for the tag championships.
I think Usos to win
Aye.
after shenanigans.
Yeah, I think this has got one more match in it.
Oh, can we talk about the rap battle from the other week? Because I don't think we spoke about that.
Did we not?
We didn't. I haven't seen it. If you two want to speak
You've
about
not
it,
seen it? Ah, right.
I've
No.
not. Listen, can I just say, I've not seen it through principle, for the reasons we were talking about at the very start of the episode.
Right, okay.
There was no need for them to bring that back up again.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, that's the reason I've not seen it. Anyway, if you want to talk about it, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I wanted to talk about it because
You want
of
to
that
talk about
line.
No, I'll be blunt.
It was a
honest.
good line.
No, I'll be bluntly honest. Is the line I liked actually was the Roman's bags thing.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
loved that. It was
Aye.
like there were so many good shots in there that basically that line kind of overshot. They basically overshadowed a lot of great lines in there. But I'll be bluntly honest. It's the. I think you know what. It's another thing I'm going to relate to with Talking Smack is. I wouldn't have had much interest in the Usos, to be bluntly honest, if I didn't see them talking smack, because they came across on Talking Smack as more energetic.
Them
just-
and Daniel Bryan together
That was
is
that
the
fucking
funniest fucking
hilarious.
thing.
It is just like that's the thing. I mean, take away Talking Smack, you'll take away that type of shit, which is a fucking travesty.
But Daniel Bryan, like,
Aye.
is fucking hilarious. Like, he's genuinely just he is almost like an old guy that's trying to be pals with like
The cool
pure
young guy,
youngsters,
aye.
and he comes off like a pure dweeb, but in a funny way
As
because
a
he
good way to
knows
work, yeah,
he knows that he's
a dweeb,
doing it.
aye.
He knows that he's a bit of a dweeb, but then it's like it's not like annoying.
It's a good way of doing it.
Like-
And that's the thing. That's the point. Is this them being on Talking Smack has got me more invested in this match. And the fact is, where I would have sat there and went, okay, maybe New Day will win it because they've got more personality, more charisma. Fuck that. Watch Usos on Talking Smack. It's basically and brilliant. And you know what? I think Usos to win, which will be a whole. I think it'll be a whole lot better. New Day, they've done everything they can. Okay, they've now joined SmackDown. They haven't become the tag team champions, but they have got so much more in the tank to go. So you know what?
Yeah,
It's the Usos still.
they don't need to win the belts right
They're
now.
one of those ones. They're one of those titles that. They're one of those tag teams that don't need titles to establish themselves. they've literally done themselves all over. I mean, well, how long did they fucking hold the Raw titles for? Forever. That's it.
Yeah,
that could be
that's
their.
what-
They've had the run with the belts.
Yeah,
like
We
That's
done now.
literally spoke about how much we were getting sick to death of the New Day. Then he disappeared for about a month and a half, and then all of a sudden, like they came back and they've been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then like that's the thing. They can win the belts eventually.
Yeah.
Now's not the time. Like, have them lose, then the Usos can come out and be like, right, we beat yous fair and square now, back of the line, and
Yeah,
then
that's it.
the New Day need to just rattle through all the other SmackDown tag teams to get maybe build up to get another shot, build them back up, and then maybe have them win the belts.
Yeah.
They don't need to win right now.
Speak of the tag team division in SmackDown.
There's 2 other teams.
Oh, I've got a theory.
One and a half.
I've got a
2.5.
theory. I was kind of thinking about maybe this is like actually happening.
Go for it.
But now that Jason Jordan is now on Raw,
Yeah.
surely that means someone's got to have gone the other way,
Ooh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Breezango's office,
Which I
it keeps getting trashed.
Yeah.
But the revival.
The fucking revival.
I
Yeah.
love it. You know what?
Say yeah.
See, I would happily have that.
I just popped back in my head there. I was like, because then I thought about it. It's like, oh shit, there's a reason
thought
for
it
it
was-
being SmackDown now.
I thought it was them to start with, and then they started coming across the Raw, and I was like, But you know what?
But,
Like,
but
go
who
for it.
who is it?
I would love it to
like-
be them. I would love it to be them.
They
I mean,
claimed there was the Ascension, then they were like, no, it wasn't us. We're gonna steal these tickets.
which is great.
And then we only listen to death thrash metal.
Like, yeah,
But then, like, they've still not said who it is that's trashed their office, and now, like, I'm really like, it needs to be somebody new. At this
Exactly.
point, it has to be.
well, they've interrogated everyone else, haven't they?
They've drug it out so long at this point. There needs to be a new tag team.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Authors of Pain, but what happens to the tag titles?
But I'll be blunt and honest.
Sanity was another one I heard, which
Yeah.
kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, that would be good though. At least, because the thing is, right now is, don't get me wrong, I actually love Breezango's thingy files, the X Files. I think is the next one. Which
Yeah.
I'm loving. You know what? They're entertaining as fuck. Keep it going. But yeah, we do need to find out who it is, so that way we can actually get them into an actual wrestling match.
I maybe say the most recent one that they done was kind of one of the worst because, like, who in this generation of wrestling fan really knows who Chuck Norris is? Like, I mean, like kids and all that. Like, obviously we know who Chuck Norris is, but Walker Texas Ranger, I think, was a wee bit.
It was a bit out there, but
Although, like, there was the good line where it's like, it's the lasso of truth. Ask me anything. Do you wear a bra when you go undercover? Of course. I'm not a hippie. Fucking love you, Tyler Breeze.
that's brilliant.
But right. So yeah,
Aye.
needs to be a new tag team. I mean, what happens if it was like fucking Riddick Moss and Sabatali? Like like Sabatali's just like, yeah, you think you look good? Check out these abs.
He was great at download,
I
man.
know.
Fucking Tino Sabatali.
Aye.
Brilliant at download. So I was like, he was coming out and I was being like a big fucking Wayne. And I was like, and he looked at me, right? He looked at me and went, I just like kind of gestured towards his body and I was like, do you know what? Fair play, mate.
The funny thing is, I done the exact same thing as well. Like, a different show, like that was like one of the shows where he was there on his own, and then I was like at the front for like the next show where he was like coming out. Done the exact same thing. I was like, "Boo!" And he's just like, and it was just like I just kind of went, "Aye."
Like, have they come back to that?
Like,
Well
fair
done.
dues, mate.
And, like he clocked me as well. Like he was probably looking at me.
How
like,
can no one not clock you? You're one of the loudest people in a wrestling crowd, and you stick out like a sore thumb. It's basically, you know what, like the
it was like,
ICW one is basically the best one I've seen
that
so
was the
far.
best.
But yeah, is where Red Lightning.
Where
just
is
caught-
where is Joe Coffey's title match? Up your arse! On my arse! I love driving him nuts. I hate Red Lightning.
I love Red Lightning.
Yeah.
We digress.
Yeah.
We digress again. So Rusev Cena, last match to talk about.
Don't give a shit.
It's something. You know what? I can't get into it. It's just.
It literally just got flung together.
Yeah.
Like literally.
By the
We're
way,
just
that's
like
how flung.
John Cena's back. We need him to face someone.
Oh fuck it, Rusev's back and all.
Bleh.
But see, be honest though, see at the same time. See the same time though, I kind of feel like it's good for Rusev that he's coming back and going into a high profile feud.
Sure.
Not saying it's a good story or a good feud,
It's literally
but
not
he's
even
fucking
a good...
he's got in with John Cena.
It's literally not
Fucking-
even a story. It's just,
Admittedly, I'll get
bah,
him
I don't live here. All right. That's too much.
I know that's too much. I just realised there.
Here, where's my glass?
But no, it's a good. You know what? It's admittedly, yes, it does get him profiled. It does the whole entire thing. But you know what? I would expect to see Rusev in a better state of affairs. Rusev in a better state of affairs.
Rusev.
You know what? Even fucking what's called Southpaw was a better feud with him facing the the guy who bought the farm. You guys remember Southpaw wrestling, right?
Oh, I've never watched it.
One of the
I didn't keep meaning to, but I keep
one of my highlights from WrestleMania weekend was getting to meet I can't remember their names in Southpaw, but Tyler Breeze and
Breezango dressed as Southpaw characters.
oh, it was so good. It's the way WWE even promoted it. Like there was signs outside saying that due to unforeseen circumstances, Tyler Breeze and Fandango won't be available for signings today. A replacement will be put out. Fucking brilliant, man.
You know what? I've never liked John Cena more is when he's actually turned around. He's like actually being. I think it's Chad Moran, a type thing. He turns around and goes. Is when he goes. And this is another great show we're going to have. I miss my dad. And he's like, just a seriously, Southpaw, amazing.
God damn it.
What have you done?
Oh, fucking.
Oh, you filled that.
Was it Jericho's character that was the alcoholic?
No, he was the interviewer. The alcoholic, I think, was it's not
Fandango?
Fandango, aye. It's just like basically sitting there, alcohol just straight that is not just. Yes. You know,
It's like us-
Built that shit.
It's like us podcasting.
It's like funny as he's sitting there depressed, going like, and what have you got to like basically, and what are you going to say about this? Was it leap year? This special leap year event, Charlie.
Lethal
Call
leap
me.
year.
Yeah,
That's what
lethal
it was.
leap year. Call me.
Right, I really need to watch this.
Oh, seriously, to fuck, it's four parts.
I honestly keep sitting there going, I should probably watch that fucking
There's only so
Southpaw
many
thing.
memes you can have where basically you got Rusev.
Why do you keep calling him Rusev?
know. Right, so by the time just fuck, he was losing it in the microphone. Fuck.
Yeah,
It's
because
basically-
that's never happened before.
Fuck you. It's
Right.
Sorry, guys. what?
We're seriously running out of time.
Fuck.
So we'll move on for Battleground.
I will move on.
There was something you wanted to talk about, Chris?
Aye.
I
I don't know
yeah.
why I hate you, sorry.
Yeah, fucking wasted bastard. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the doofus up. Oh yeah, that's right. I fucking clicked off it and clicked onto something else.
And that was when we saw your porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, there was a news article that came out recently of Tough Enough 3 winner Matt Capitelli. The fucking kid looked like he had a great career and got diagnosed with a tumor in the brain. It thought that he was going to leave, but he just got some sad news recently that apparently it looks like it's coming back. So basically, all I'll do is I'll read out the tweet that he sent from last Wednesday. He said, diagnosis is in. I have a grade 4. I'm not good at Roman numerals. Grade
Grade 4, aye.
Look at you,
Glioblast.
Chris.
That was a complete guess. I have a grade 4 glioblastoma multiform GBM. This is not the news I was looking forward to hearing or sharing, but it will in no way deter me from continuing my fight. Spinal Tap this Friday will determine. Yes, I read that right. So yeah, Spinal Tap
Yeah,
this
this
Friday
Friday.
will determine if the cancer cells are spread to my spinal fluid Monday is a follow-up with my team of doctors to determine the treatment steps needed to beat this. Thanks everyone for thanks for everyone on Team #Camp. It's just that it's fucking gutting for the dude. Like, he seemed like one of the only people that actually won, like, tough enough that could have ever amounted to something. Except maybe John Morrison, but remember what happened to him? Nah, no. But I just say this to kind of like talk about Tough Enough for a second. Like, how much of a failure has Tough Enough been? Like, when you think about their winners. So season 1 had Maven and Nydia. Season 2 had Linda Miles and Jackie Gaeta. Season 3 had John Morrison and Matt Capitelli. Season 4 had Daniel Pewter. And season 5 had Sarah Lee and what's his face?
The cunt that's a fucking Bigfoot.
Meth dealer or something. No, it was a Yeti.
Yeah. Josh? No, it wasn't Josh.
Josh Matthews didn't win.
No, this guy. It was Josh, wasn't it?
Josh.
The name
Josh something.
I thought you were going to say Josh Matthews because he was...
No, I'm talking about the Yeti.
Alright, yeah. Sorry.
That's...
Josh Matthews was in the final of the first Tough Enough.
And it's amazing to think that the only surviving member of that Tough Enough thing is fucking Velveteen Dream,
Yeah,
aka Patrick Clark,
that's what I was going to
who was the only one that was actually a wrestling fan in it. I wonder how that happened.
And what's her face? Like, fucking debuted well before him. Funkadactyl. Not Naomi, the other one.
The one that's not there anymore.
Cameron.
Aye.
But yeah, it's just, it sucks because I actually genuinely really like the guy. He did make one pay-per-view appearance. Fun fact. He was in the he was on Vengeance 2003. He was in the APA bar brawl street fight. Like, there was like just this bar area set up at ringside, and a bunch of wrestlers had a schmoz fight. It was great.
Alright.
Two of them were there, like Morrison and Capitelli. You made your pay-per-view debut, brother. Well done.
Yeah.
And also, another fun fact:
Go for it.
there was a Easter Bunny in that match. Do you know who that was?
Sami Zayn.
No.
Oh.
I'll give you two more guesses.
Nah, just tell me.
Right, one guess from you.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. What a wank. It was Damien Sandow.
What?
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't have got that at all.
I wouldn't have got that either. I just shouted Sami Zayn because of the whole Adam Rose thing.
That's true, actually.
Where everyone thought Sami Zayn was the bunny.
It was Justin Gabriel.
But the thing is, did they not change the bunny out
Aye,
every
all the
week?
time, yeah.
So you didn't know who it was?
Most of the time, it was just... apparently, it was Justin Gabriel, and then Justin Gabriel got injured, so they changed it out to be like Sami Zayn for the most part. So then that's why the whole rumour of, oh, they keep changing the bunny so you can't tell who it was kind of came. And I guess then they started doing it like... I'm certain there was someone of a darker persuasion one week just so you could like see the bits of skin and be like, well, it's definitely not Sami Zayn.
Well, Progress did something similar when they were building up to the Origin reveal, where they had what were they called again? Before they were the Origin, when you didn't know who they were. Faceless, that was it. And they did that, like they swapped out who was in it, so you couldn't really work out who it was going to be.
Which was good.
ROH done something similar with that as well. Like, they had this faction of people, like they all wore red masks. I can't remember their name, but they came in and they kept attacking people. But they had this distinct T-shirt of the faction at the time. Legacy? No, it wasn't Legacy. It was whoever Mike Bennett's team was.
Kingdom.
Kingdom. There we go.
T-shirt.
So they had this pure prominent T-shirt that they sold, the Kingdom T-shirt. So like the people would come out and they would have like black jumpers on, but they would have like parts of the T-shirt peeking out, so you could be like, "That's the fucking Kingdom T-shirt," and then they got revealed and it wasn't fucking Kingdom. So a nice little way to like kind of
Red herring.
yeah, exactly. Literal red herring.
But yeah, best of luck to Matt Capitelli.
Yeah,
Damn
totally.
straight.
Anyway,
I mean, clearly don't think the guy's going to be able to wrestle again, but good luck in, the rest of life.
so yeah, Kurt Angle has a black son.
My black son! My black son! Also, he's a ninja.
Who called that? Who actually called that out there?
Nobody.
Yeah.
called that.
Yeah, no one did. Nope.
What was it you said a minute ago?
What? Oh, the fact is, like, didn't he, like, at one point I'm pretty sure Kurt Angle was within a storyline where he was trying to hook up with Booker's T wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to just
I'm-
have sex with your wife. I want to have really rabid bestiality sex with your wife, Booker.
And there's a lot of talk that they might actually resurrect that story. And is it Sharmell?
Charmel, yeah.
Sharmell's Jason's.
The fuck?
Jason
Sorry if I
Jordan's
spat
his,
in you there.
Jason Jordan's his wife,
That's fuck.
which is going to lead to a match between Kurt Angle and Booker T.
Man, who
A ladder
won?
match.
Oh.
A ladder match for the custody of Jason Jordan.
It'll be SummerSlam Dominic storyline all over again.
Where the fuck was Sharmell?
But the thing is, though, like, you just imagine that I'm stealing this joke off Twitter, I'll be completely honest here. But you can just imagine that the creative meeting for that was basically like, we need to split up American Alpha, but they're both too likeable to turn one heel, what can we do? Then Vince pipes up, I know! Let's make the Black One Kurt Angle's son!
Dun, 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 dun.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another example of why I am a genius.
God, it'll be great.
No, seriously though, what's everyone's thoughts on the angle?
Kurt?
No pun intended. I actually didn't mean that. That one was genuine.
I don't get it.
I'm just concerned they fucking change his name, as I said earlier, to fucking Jordan Angle.
That sounds dumb.
That sounds dumb. But then again, you say that's dumb, but who would have thought him being Kurt Angle's son?
Right.
Imagine being his real mom and dad, and he's fucking like, oh yeah, I was
That's-
adopted by these people.
That's the first thing that I thought. Like, see when he was like,
Oh, cheers for that, you ungrateful wank.
see when he was talking about like being adopted and all that. It was like, imagine the conversation between Jason Jordan and his actual parents being like, right guys, I'm gonna be in a storyline where I was adopted, by like two people, and it turns out Kurt Angle's my real father. Don't take offense. Bye.
It's just, I'm gonna wait and see my work dad. That's gonna be a great day. We're gonna go on picnics.
It's like the Thor trailer. He's a friend for work.
Or it's like Milhouse from The Simpsons. Thanks, work dad.
Truthfully, like, if I'm being completely honest though, I'm not entirely sure I'm into the whole story.
It's
I'm gonna give it a chance.
Well,
like,
Jesus,
I'm
it was
absolutely
week
gonna give it
one.
a
Chill
chance.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance, but I'm kind of like, is this going to be a case of they push Jason Jordan for 6 months and then he fades away into nothing?
Hornswoggle style.
Yeah.
Diddly diddly. I forgot what I was going to say now. God damn it. Blah blah blah.
That's what alcohol does to you,
Hornswoggle
Grizz.
story.
It really does. I watched I watched a completely legal stream, and it cut off right at the wrong moment. It was just where like, my secret is, I have a legitimate child. You know him as Jason. Part 3. You know him as Jason Jordan. And I was like, oh fuck.
So the worst thing is, I came in for the pub last night and I was like, I'm going to stay up and watch wrestling. My mum was still awake. And she's like, alright. She was kind of looking at me as if that's unlike you. Normally you just watch it the next day.
Aye.
And I was like, but Kurt Angle's going to reveal his secret. And it's probably that he's got an illegitimate child. And I'm like, I have to know before it's spoiled on Facebook. And mum was just kind of looking at me going, okay then.
Because see, this is like one of those lines people use on like soap opera and shit like that. Go, and it's an EastEnders, dun 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 dun. I'm assuming that's the EastEnders theme. I don't know.
Ah, it was.
Doom
it was
doom
a-
doom 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 doom. Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan.
One of the worst lines I've ever heard in a fucking like soap opera, and then this is why I don't understand why my mum could ever make fun of me for watching wrestling when she watches this crap. Is there was one time where like two chicks were working in like one of these places that make handbags, and like one of them grabbed the other by the wrist and goes, "If you tell anyone, I'm gonna make you into a handbag." And I just burst out laughing. I was like, how is that meant to be taken seriously? And then I turned to my mum and I was like, and you think it's bad when I watched wrestling and they say stupid shit when she just said that? And I'm meant to take that seriously? I'm going to turn you into a handbag. Ooh.
Suppose it brings a whole new meaning to taking you to the shops, doesn't it?
Or handbags at dawn. Anyway.
Yeah. Where we think it's going to go?
I mean, I don't want it to fizzle out, and I think Jason Jordan is a good enough wrestler for it to actually work, but I'm getting frightened that it might turn into like Jack Swagger, like potentially winning the world title and then just losing all fucking everything.
Aye, I feel you.
Remember
I
when
think it's building in. I do think it is going to build into a Jason Jordan title reign.
I would like it though if that's like, I would like it the storyline doesn't overshadow his wrestling. To be blunt, he's a great wrestler. We all know that, but I don't want this to be the only thing you remember from his like WWE career. To be blunt,
Yeah.
it's like one of them trivia moments. Go, who was Kurt Angle's son?
Dun, dun.
Nice.
I just like singing
Who
his
was like
theme
that
tune.
song? But aye, I would. It's too early.
Do you think he's
days
going to
know
start
what's
using
happening.
Angle's theme tune as well?
No.
Do you imagine like they basically just turn him into a black Kurt Angle clone?
Or
I can
Shel-
really see them doing that, and
or
I don't
Shelton
think it's going
Benjamin
to work.
coming out and saying, by the way, I was part of the greatest tag team ever. You know what?
The world's
Stop-
greatest tag team.
Stop stealing my thunder. I looked at him as a dad.
Ain't no stopping me, no.
But the thing is, though, they always spoke about like
I actually
Kurt-
thought
the way-
Shelton Benjamin was going to be the kid. Like,
Yeah.
no, genuinely, because like all these reports of Shelton Benjamin returning to WWE, and he's like, "I've got an illegitimate son." I was like, Shelton.
You see, the thing is though, right? The thing is though, like Jason Jordan is a fucking good wrestler, right?
Damn straight.
And hopefully this story works out for him and it takes him up to the next level.
Yep.
Nah.
But it just makes so much more sense that it was Chad Gable
That's
in
racist.
every way. No, it's not. I'm not.
No, I'm joking.
Nothing to do
I'm
with race or
joking.
anything like that, right? Nothing to do with that.
I'm joking.
Chad Gable's an Olympian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
In the, that's what the term goes. It's in the genes, man.
aye.
See, I actually thought like Jason Jordan was going to say something like that in the interview, but he was just like, "I'm not going to be an Olympian." I was like, "Why not?"
Because he's too old.
Is it?
Plus, you can't be a professional and an Olympian.
Huh. The more you know.
Yeah.
Turning Hill podcast. Every day is a school day.
He no longer qualifies to be an Olympian.
Oh well. I actually thought he was the Olympian. I forgot it was Chad Gable. So there you go.
Boom.
Yeah, so like that's the reason I think it makes more sense to be Chad Gable. But obviously they see bigger things for Jason Jordan than they do for Chad Gable,
course
so
they
that's
do.
why Jason Jordan's got this spot.
Because Jason
So let's-
Jordan's taller.
We'll see how it works out.
Aye.
Plus there is a little bit of resemblance between the two of them, as we've said.
Yeah. But isn't Gable like younger? I don't suppose that really matters,
I
but
think they're both mid sort of 20-ish.
Within that age range. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
Jason Jordan said, I think in the interview like 27 years ago. Like in the interview, to imply what age he was.
Yeah, so assuming he's 26 then.
Yeah. Obviously, had the 9 months, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say.
Too early to tell. That's us.
We'll see what it goes. I've got
that's-
more than an open mind to it.
Let's stick it out. Let's not judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah,
Hey, well,
that's the best way we can look
the
at it.
the only thing.
Let's just hope it doesn't suck.
Exactly. The only thing I'll give it is, like, you know what, the surprise was definitely worth avoiding Facebook and the spoilers, or in your case, staying up for.
Yeah.
As I said, I thought it was going to be something completely different.
Yeah.
It was
something.
interesting. Like, it's one of those things where he said it when I was watching it live, and I was kind of like, "Is that it?"
Aye.
But then I thought about it as the rest of the show went on, and I was like, "That's actually pretty cool." Like,
Left field, didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Which is something you don't see in.
which
Raw.
again, Vince, if you do actually listen, a compelling story made me watch live.
Whoa.
That fucking S.
I can't even remember the last time I watched a pay-per-view live completely.
Also, bring back Shelton Benjamin, Team Henry, Chad Gable.
There's talk that
Ah,
he
he's
is still
coming
going to
back,
come back.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because that's him now back to fitness.
Which would be amazing.
That's why I keep I've mentioned Shelton Benjamin about 8 times this episode.
I'd actually love to see him come back as a heel on SmackDown and feud with Chad Gable. Because he could kind of be like, "Hey mate, that spot you're in, that's actually mine."
Should have been mine. But yeah, that is why he is actually when I had SmackDown versus Raw 2006, he was the SmackDown champion. Heavyweight champion, that was, when it was still around.
I mean, like, it could be like, yeah, well, you're the American Alpha, but I was in the world's greatest tag team.
Greatest.
Yeah, so there we go. Uh-oh.
Did you just let one off?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think. Who was the other one?
Charlie has.
So it was.
Jesus.
Yeah, Stone Cold, Steve Haston.
Mm-hmm. Bret the Hitman Haas.
Who's now?
Rowdy. He did a Roddy Piper one as well, didn't he?
He did.
Can't remember what it was though.
I'm not grabbing the phone this time too.
Rowdy, Roddy.
Aye, some of them weren't
Aye.
very good.
Aye.
Some of them were great though. Like Stone Cold Steve Haston,
Yeah.
Bret Hitman Haas. Like, that was all fucking great. Right, so the main event of Raw, which, as I've already said, I didn't actually see because my stream died. I couldn't be arsed finding another one, and it was late. I was tired. I was drunk. Drank a whole bottle of Jack Daniels during Raw yesterday.
Awesome.
Who knew? Anyway,
That's what you do to us, Raw. That's what happens.
what we're thinking for the main event at SummerSlam?
4-way.
4-way. It's gonna be.
Yep.
And it's
So it's Broseph.
Broseph.
I don't know how that's going to be.
You meant Joe.
Roman
and
Reigns.
Braun.
I was thinking
You're a
Braun,
combo,
but
aye.
then it kind of works as Brock Lesnar as well, because the first 3 letters is bro.
So Brock
If Brock Lesnar puts the bro into Brock.
walking around high fiving everyone is going.
Bro.
You can just imagine the fact that was the gimmick that Vince started at this point. You just go walk around with like a surfboard and high fiving everyone.
You're called Brock Lesnar.
Capital letters and bro. Anyway, sorry, yeah. So 4-way.
Yeah. So
Samoa. What's it called? Samoa Joe.
Samosis Joseph.
Samosa Joe.
Samosa Joe.
Wow.
This is
Roman
delicious.
Reigns. Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman.
I really hope Strowman wins.
Yes.
I would love it if he's done. Oh, hold on. He should be the one that's won it. He should be the one that wins it.
Samosa Joe.
And he just beats
Of course,
everybody.
you innit?
Beats everybody. And 1, 2, 3, he's a champion. And he just kind of looks at the belt, looks at these 3 competitors that he's completely destroyed, and he's like, "I'm not finished with them."
I mean, he needs to pin Reigns if he's going to win.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or alternatively, he could pin somebody like pin Joe and then just go, "I'm not finished with you," and then just attack Roman Reigns for no reason. Just like,
Just for the walls.
just get to the point where it's like, even when you try to put Reigns in another feud with somebody, Strowman just comes out. It's just like, "I just don't like you. Fuck off." Like, he could like,
No. What just have him in the whole time about, like, you know, that Booker T Steve Austin where he's actually in the supermarket and he's just walking around and just grabbing stuff, and then Braun Strowman just fucking launches himself out.
Like-
I told you I'm not finished with you
They
yet.
go
Like,
clean,
there's a-
they go clean through the soup aisle.
I was gonna say like there's like a one of those giant, you know, typical like pyramids of like toilet roll or something like that. So Roman Reigns just walks in, still in his vest for some reason, and then Braun Strowman just barges through the pyramid of toilet rolls. He's just like, I'm not finished with you. He just attacks him in the supermarket. Love it.
So we're thinking Braun Strowman should get the win.
I like
by the
all-
way.
Yeah, that looks the way it's
In the
going.
short answer, that's basically. But it would be good because the fact is, you know what? Last few months, Samoa Joe has looked like a fucking monster.
Oh yeah.
And it's good that they keep him up that way. I would love to see the
Until it only took one F5 to put him down.
Nah,
but the thing
that was
is,
bullshit.
but you know what? We can all. The thing is, we look over that because the fact it's the only thing we were discussing. Not just I mean, like social media. We're talking about how awesome Samoa Joe looked. I mean, when you look at that, it's like one of those things where, yeah, Brock did that, but it's not that we don't acknowledge what Brock's done. He is the champion, but the fact is, aftermath. and
Lazy
what you-
cunt.
Exactly, and what we do is we looking at Raw. We'll look at Samoa Joe, like case in point last night, which you may not have seen. Like basically Braun came down to the ring, looked like a fucking monster, and Joe was like, "Fuck you, I'm coming for you." And the two of them just
Just
had a
leathering each other.
fucking beating the shit out of him. You know what? I would love to keep it that way. I would love to actually see. It probably won't happen, but I would love to see Braun either pin Brock Lesnar. I would love to see it. Don't pin Joe because you know what? He's looking too good at the moment. It would diminish him. That's 2 pay-per-view pins when they look good. Reigns, I don't see it happening because that'd be him losing 2 pay-per-views in a row as well. Brock Lesnar, don't let him go away. Get rid of him for a wee bit until
Yeah.
he comes back to Mania. Or come back to Rumble or whatever. Then at that point in time, that's fine.
You know what? You can make Brock Lesnar the new fucking WrestleMania guy if Undertaker can't do it anymore. So
That's
he
fine,
doesn't
mate.
need to be champion.
Yeah.
Fucking sick of it. But when it comes to Strowman and Joe, like the two of them have already had a fight. So you know what? I would love like in these build up to the potential fatal 4-way at this point for the two of them to just have a scrap. Like get in the ring, ding ding ding, it starts and the two of them just fucking maul each other and then ding 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 like in about like a minute. Like and the two of them just fucking have a fight for like 5 minutes around the ring. Just let the two of them go at it because I thought that was really intriguing. Strowman and Joe.
Even in that, see that based on that idea, table that to after SummerSlam, have Strowman win it. Next challenger Joe, Brock fucks off, Reigns joins the Shield. There you go. That's that. And deals with the
I assumed
Miztourage.
that was probably what was going to happen.
But have that happen. I'm happy with that. That's
Starting to look like that's what's going to happen. Especially since WWE.com can't stop talking about the Shield all of a sudden.
Fucking Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose can't stop talking about the Shield. Remember when you turned your back on me? And then Seth, even like, I mean, I think
If I was Ambrose, I'd have been like, for fuck's sake, Seth, we've been through this. Like,
2016, 2015 was all about what we did. Fuck that shit, man.
But then, like, even Seth Rollins was the fucking voice of reason. He's like, I know, that was 3 fucking years ago. Get over it. And then it just made Ambrose look a bit like
Someone who will
a fucking. I know. Just shut the fuck up. It's like a fucking like ex-girlfriend like you kind of got rid of like when they were like I still love you and you're just like nah no anymore. And it's like remember a couple of years ago when I still loved you and it's like yeah well that was 3 years ago. Moved on.
I've never had an ex-girlfriend.
Oh bless.
That got awkward really fast.
I'm good at that.
He brought it up on himself. So
Something like this has been quite a heavy episode. Like we spoke about fucking cancer, we spoke about domestic violence. So a wee bit of
Ex-girlfriend.
something.
That's what happens
Or
when
lack
we
of
do 3 in a room,
ex-girlfriends.
man. Tell you.
So we do something a wee bit light-hearted to finish the show, which is a conversation that a friend of mine, Mr. McCarry,
yes.
brought up in the pub a couple of weeks ago. How great would it have been? And actually, this has kind of worked out really well. He brought us up a couple of weeks ago, but it's actually fallen on the anniversary of the Summer of Punk. And also, Welsh Meltzer's reporting that CM Punk might be coming back soon. So, no better time to talk about
Seems
it.
appropriate, more appropriate than ever.
How great would it have been if WWE was doing the CM Punk is champion when he won it in Chicago thing now, where they've got all these relationships with all these indie promotions, your Evolves, your Ring of Honors, your ICWs, your Progress,
New Japan.
your New Japan, and you've just got CM Punk running about as WWE champion in all these promotions defending the title.
Because I mean, the closest you're pretty much getting to it right now is Pete Dunne with the UK title. He is walking about with the WWE title, like in indie promotions. But like, see if all this was done a couple of years ago when Punk was the WWE champion, and then this storyline would have lasted months.
Oh yeah.
Because CM Punk could have got booked. Like, obviously he was still under WWE contract in some form or fashion, but was going to Ring of Honor, New Japan, fucking AEW, which he actually did show up in that one time, to put over Gregory Iron. Then he...
Excellent memory recall, by the way. I was going to say that now.
What?
Excellent memory recall.
Thank you.
That's why we employ him.
You get paid?
He gets paid in love and cider. That's all he needs.
And occasional pakora.
Hey, there's burgers for us when we finish here.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the sexy shit.
I was wondering what that delicious smell was. What the fuck is going on with your laptop?
Aye.
It's fine.
I know it's not. I've been watching Final Destination movies all week, and that means like
We're gonna die.
One of us is gonna die.
Cool.
That's Vince hacking in.
Don't fuck up, man. I'm going for an operation on Thursday.
Oh shit!
Fuck up.
Right, you're first. You're first.
I was just saying that's Vince hacking in to hear what we're saying.
Why, like, knowing our luck, is it going to be Vince Russo, not Vince McMahon?
Yeah, bro. I completely agree with what you're saying there, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think this podcast needs? I think it needs a swerve, bro.
You know what I think it needs to be having a pole match. I
You
think
know-
the podcast
On a pole, and then the
Hey, you
swerve.
know what, bro? Do you know what makes wrestling's podcast great, bro? That asshole Jim Cornette's not on the podcast.
You know what? I think we should be on a podcast where I'm interviewing someone for 50 minutes and I let him talk for 3 minutes. No, seriously.
Did I just
Bro.
hear myself say 3 minutes? And then Rosie just wanders in because, you know,
Seriously, what the fuck is going on with this
Jamal.
laptop?
Jamal's
fucked up.
dead.
Anyway. But no. What? I was just randomly talking.
Seriously, what? Right.
Go on.
You know what? Maybe we should save the CM Punk talk because this is terrifying.
It's cool. See, to be honest, there's not really much to say on it. It's a good thing to think about. It's kind of one of those. We'll leave you with this final thought.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Well, I'm going to jump in. It's the type of thing that they're doing in Defy, Combat Zone Wrestling, and I'm out. And basically, those promotions there is they keep on trading their titles and having it defended. Even what Combat Zone's doing, when their tag team champions lost was it Damien Xavier and Welts, Zachary Welts lost the tag team titles to CCK across here, and they're doing the thing to defend it across that way. Then you've got them doing the same thing.
ICW, our home promotion. Whilst Drew was the ICW champion, he was defending it everywhere.
That's the shit.
And that's how the ICW title became the ICW World title.
Exactly.
He also won 5 other belts.
At the same time. And then you've got Riddle, basically the Progress Atlas title, defending it all across the place.
Not anymore though.
Not anymore, no.
You didn't know he lost the
Did you not know
Atlas
it?
title.
Who's he lose it to?
Big Daddy Walter.
Wall.
Okay.
No, that made sense.
Right. He's now just Walter, but he was Big
Aye,
Daddy Walter
exactly, Big Daddy Walter.
at one point. For WXW,
WS.
Germany.
Yeah.
Which is one thing.
Big scary bastard.
It's fucking legend.
I know of him.
He's defending it on Sunday at
think
Progress
so,
in Manchester.
Progress have new merch out as well.
Yes,
New t-shirts.
they're
but
fucking awesome, aren't they?
new merch. Every single t-shirt has actual where it is. Fucking amazing. And the new merch is great.
Yeah, this is Manchester, this is Camden, this
Yep.
is Sheffield, this is Birmingham. I really wish they would bring out this is Orlando one so I can buy it and I can be like, it's an event t-shirt.
That's true.
because they didn't have an event.
Is
Like,
it anyway they're not selling out the tickets?
I know.
Like
Bless.
Boston sold out as well. Like,
I can't believe they sold Boston out. That's
Aye.
insane.
that's because fucking amazing.
Bless Chris. All he ever wants is a "I was there" T-shirt for any event he's been to. Like NXT at Download last year, couldn't get that shirt. Couldn't get the Progress shirt. Oh,
Oh,
oh!
oh.
Got it this year though.
Yes. Go NXT this year. Well done.
By the way, going to Orlando this year.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
only
go
reason
to
I got it this year.
NXT.
It's the only reason I got it this year, I think. Because it literally says England across the chest. A lot of people will be like, nah, fuck that. But yeah, I do like my event t-shirts. Not to just tell, not to be like, hey, see, I was there, huh? See? Just like to.
I actually really do hate the T-shirts that say "I was there" on it. I think that's just pure smug as balls. That's why.
That's because you won it there.
But the thing is though, like
No, but like
feel you, I
they
feel
obviously
you.
only
Nah.
sell those T-shirts like
For that one.
at the
Aye.
events,
like when we were at the UK Championship tournament, they had the T-shirts that said "I was there" on the back, and now they're selling them and it doesn't say "I was there."
Just
But I was like, I was there.
in fairness though, it wasn't an I was there t-shirt I wanted at the UK tournament.
It was a Triple H one.
It was a Triple H one. It was fucking awesome.
But didn't that also say "I was there"?
I don't think it did. I think it was just was the other one a Regal one?
Yeah, but
I'm sure it was just the Regal one that said I was
It was
there.
just a William. No, it was just a William Regal and a Neville, just because British, and then there was the Triple H one.
Which is just basically a skull with a crown, and I'm like, yes, I want that one.
But then it was also like UK Championship, but Triple H, and then there was just the one that had the UK logo and it said I was there. I was certain the Triple H one said I was there, but
Maybe it did, I don't know, but it wasn't because it said I was there I wanted it, I just wanted it because it was a cool t-shirt.
like
And I didn't say England across the front of
yeah.
it.
But that's a Motorhead thing.
But
No, say it didn't say England across it. Yeah.
You mentioned a second ago. That
Yeah.
NXT
I was kind of over that now since I bought the NXT one that says England across the front of it. But that's the whole reason I don't own a Motorhead t-shirt.
That's what I'm referencing.
Yeah,
So there you go.
it's the whole reason I don't own a
Probably
Motorhead
why
t-shirt.
Triple H put England across the NXT t-shirts. Like, it's Motorhead. I was pals with him.
Yeah.
References.
Rest in peace, Lemmy. You absolute fucking legend.
Aye. One of my favouriteest people that ever lived on this earth.
Jericho had a psychic on his podcast a few weeks ago
aye.
who claimed that she regularly talks to Lemmy.
Okay.
He met her in the Rainbow Rooms, which is like the bar that Lemmy used to drink in. We'll finish the podcast on this story.
Yeah.
And he was talking to us in the podcast. He's like, there's people that I know that have passed on that I'd love to speak to again. Is like, for example, like Lemmy was one of my great friends and all that. And she went, oh, I speak to Lemmy all the time. And he went, did you know Lem? And she's like, no, I didn't know him per se. She's like, but a guy in the bar.
There you go. $7 in the Euroshop. Triple
What?
H's UK Championship
I feel
t-shirt.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it did say I was there. I think it just had the logo on the back.
But like I said, these ones don't say I was there on the back. So that
No,
people
that's
can
what I'm
just
saying
buy
though.
them.
I'm pretty sure it just had the logo on the back. Because the I was there wouldn't fit anywhere
Unless maybe
without looking stupid.
maybe.
Anyway, back to the story.
Sorry, no, I was just certain that I've seen that before, and I was like, how have I not told you about
They
that?
got a sale on there, I take it. Got a sale on.
So it's $7 that was.
If I had $7 to spend on it, I'd be buying it just now.
T-shirts as low as $10.
But anyway,
You're not getting this story out.
no,
I've heard this story about 8 times, by the way.
But the listeners, haven't they?
I think they have. I'm certain one of these times.
By the way,
Probably.
UK merch t-shirts out there are fantastic. Carry on. Go for it.
but anyway, so he's like, oh, did you know Lem? And she's like, well, no. Like, some guy in the Rainbow Rooms knew him and knew that I was a sidekick and came over and he was like, can you try and communicate with my friend? And she's like, yeah, okay. What's his name? He's like, Lemmy from Motorhead. And she's like, I'll try.
His surname's from Motorhead.
and then
That's double barrel shit.
then she's like, she made contact with them and the two of them like made their peace or whatever. Like, I think they'd fallen out or something like that. Two of them made their peace, all good. It's just like, and ever since Lemmy found out that someone's listening, he doesn't shut up. It's like, that fucking sounds like Lemmy.
You can just sit like, it's like, hey, you listening to me? I've been thinking of some lyrics for some new songs.
Anyway,
Fuck, I saw Tupac's been getting new albums out all the time. Fuck.
Yes, Tupac has been releasing albums for about like fucking 20 years.
anyway, Craig, where can people find you on the internet?
Go on to my Twitter, which is @CraigHermit, or go to Steelchair Wrestling Mag. Yay.
Grizz, where can people find you on the internet?
Juggalo Grizz on Twitter and Facebook. You know what I look for. Just look for Grizz. Oh, of course I'll come up.
It's nice for stalking. It's nothing like advertising your own personal Facebook. Go on,
Just add me.
Yeah, and then give me some money to work to fuck you, cancer. Give me some
Yes,
money.
yes.
Yeah,
Where
actually.
can people do that?
yeah, go for it.
If you go to the Turn Heel podcast page, the link is there. I will be shaving my head on August 18th, and
2 days before SummerSlam.
yeah, it's a SummerSlam head shaving kind of day.
It's a Friday.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
It needs to be a Friday because that's the day I get paid.
You can catch all the Turn Heel stuff on social media @Heel Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, despite the fact I've still not posted anything on Instagram. But yeah, you can do all that shit there. What else do I need to plug?
Are we
If
not
I don't-
on iTunes or something like that?
Of course, we're on iTunes.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
go.
You can
See,
follow.
it's
You can
nice.
follow us. Don't follow us. You can rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. I'm actually kind of thinking about trying to put together a cool competition for people that rate us on whatever platform they listen to us on.
Nice.
And like once I figure out a cool prize, then we'll do that. And all you need to do is enter is just leave a rating and a review, and we'll pick one at
You're on the
random
prize draw.
to win a cool prize. Once I figure out what said cool prize is,
Right now,
Um,
it could be
I
Pastor
don't-
Grizz is here.
It will be.
you can win the Grizz's hair.
It will be the back of my hair after I shave it off on August
And we'll
18th.
stick it in
That's
a frame.
because he's no front of hair. That's why it's the back of his hair.
That's why people keep walking up to me and saying, "You look like Baron Corbin." I was like, because of
How many
no-
fucking people did that? When we
A
were-
lot of people have
did
done
that.
I can see it.
Dun, 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 dun. I love Baron Corbin, so it's not.
Well, I guess we know what song we're finishing the
Aye.
podcast on.
There you go.
There was something else I wanted to plug and I've now completely forgot what it was.
Is it your other podcast?
Yeah.
No, because we all know what's going on with that.
I'll just you know what? Fuck the other guy. I'll just join you. You just do all the work and just kind of read it to me.
And you'll be like that guy who sits there and goes, tell us another story.
You'll be like, what's his name? The Captain?
Oh fuck!
We're not going to plug another podcast, but the Captain. Did you listen to that thing I told you
I
about?
did, yes.
Where he was like, don't touch a body. And it's like,
Doesn't matter. Don't touch it.
it's like, listen to what he's saying, you absolute fucking bellend.
Doesn't need to be on. Although I think we do need to start making a donation fund just so that any fans who want to give us like a couple of bucks towards our round for the week. Much appreciated.
Is it just going to a round?
Yeah, let's
Can we
fill.
not have it like going for something bigger?
We'll tell you this story
Go
off
for
air,
it,
Craig.
Well,
Don't want to be promoting anyone else.
let's,
We'll tell you that story off air.
Let's fill up the fridge with your kindness and your money. Right now, a case of 20 Strongbows are only $11. So you know
Like
what?
5 of you pitching $2 each. I mean, that's only like 33 pence each we need to
I
put in
know,
for it.
Imagine we actually sit in a bar and you want
Wait.
to buy us around. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, our Turn Hill podcast listeners, if you hear or see us, I know some of you know what we look like, you creeps. See us at the
you
bar,
look
like.
That's because you keep plastering your face over the WWE network.
I like how you're trying to be modest there going, you know what we look like, you know what I look like.
Because these two can't get on television.
I've been on TV.
The
I don't wanna be on
uncharismatic
TV.
bastard.
I've been
I
on
don't want to
TV.
be in TV.
You appearing in NXT does not count.
I've been in other things. I was in the BBC documentary about wrestling.
Were you?
So was that.
You weren't there at the time. You
I
were in the
wasn't.
queue to meet Nakamura.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
It was a BBC documentary about wrestling, and it was a part of it was taped during Download last year.
Okay.
You were in the queue to meet Nakamura, and I said, "Tell you what, Chris, I've already met him. I'll go get us a front row seat." And then there's
I'm
a bit,
going to be in a documentary.
no, I went and sat down, but then they interviewed Baron Corbin at the top of the stage.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, they interviewed Baron Corbin at the top of the stage. You could just see me sitting there like.
But see that same front row seat.
And it was actually my good friend Ali Lindsay that pointed it out to me. I didn't even know this documentary existed. He was like, "This is a really good documentary, apart from the cretins that were around it." Ooh.
But see that same front seat that you got us for that show. Like, there's clips of NXT that were shown on like the Download recap on.
Yeah, I remember that. You
Sky
can see
Arts.
both of us on it,
Aye.
and I'm looking at my phone.
I know. You were looking down. It's like, there's me at the top of your head. But what else was I was in one of the fucking Vice documentaries, I think. Oh no, it was actually the BBC one.
I was in the BBC one as well. See the one? You see me in the BBC one?
I can't remember.
Trying to negotiate through a crowd to get to the front where I was standing, holding 4 beers.
Oh,
Well, actually, I was on the BBC News. They were reporting.
no one cares.
Go for it. Shut up. You biatch right there, all because you're famous and shit. No, basically.
Does it involve wrestling?
Shut the fuck up, man. Just let me tell my story. Shut the
Alright.
fuck up. Yeah. Stop fucking shoving the mic.
Have some mic. Have some.
Have some mic. No, not after you fucking like put your mouth on it, man. Fucking grizz juice, man. Tell you. Anyway,
It's my mic.
is it your mic?
Yeah.
You keep it then.
Okay. No mic for him.
Stop playing with the mic.
You're on the mic with Mike.
Go on.
I can't be bothered now. Do that.
No, BBC.
You were on BBC News.
Shit, hide
can't
this.
start a
Yeah,
story.
hide this shit up now. Basically reporting how the trains were late, right? So basically, everyone's standing there, trains late, and all you got is me running past. There you go. That was the big story.
That was it.
That was it.
Seriously?
It was literally.
For fuck's sake.
It was supposed to be a 15-second, not even that storyline. You fucking took it, douche.
My dad was on the news, right, once, and it was a Celtic manager, Tony Mowbray, that a lot of Celtic fans didn't like. And my dad particularly didn't like this guy.
Okay.
I used to have to put up with him in the pub 5 nights a week. Fucking Mowbray, fucking this, fucking arsehole, fucking this. And then when he eventually gets sacked, my dad gets stopped in the street in the town by a reporter outside the Celtic shop. And he was like, "So what's your thoughts on Tony Mowbray being sacked?" And he went, "Well, he's a nice guy, but it just hasn't quite worked out." And I'm like, "You fucking lying bastard."
That's like those John Cena fans who go on about going, "Oh, I hate John Cena, hate him, I hate Roman Reigns." Hope. Oh, Roman Reigns is there. I'm his new best friend.
No, absolutely not. No,
Not
I would
you.
not be like
I know,
that.
Yeah, but I'm not a friend to you. In fact, it's
That's because, like-
egomaniac.
I give credit. See that one guy, like he's of the black persuasion. He is though. Shut up. That is a fact. And he wears glasses and always has the "We Hate John Cena" T-shirt. Like, he's always one of those people when, like, they talk about John Cena, it's like, oh, he's so controversial. And then they show the clip of, like, him winning the WWE title, and he goes right out to Cena, dislike Cena fan. And then he's like, he's still there booing. It's like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, because fucking hell, like, obviously you don't like John Cena.
Anyway, on that note, I have been Chris and motherfucking Hughes.
There was one time I was at a house show and I had a sign that says John Cena sucks K-Fed Rose because he was in the feud with Kevin Federline at the time, and he read that and he was just went, fair enough, I have been the Grizz.
I've been Craig Hermit.
Ho!
See.
Ahoy.
So, you think you're untouchable?
Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Whether fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. Got you backing up in a defensive position. An ass-kicking anthem, heavyweight or bantam, holding camp for ransom. The microphone phantom, teams hit the floor, it's the new fight joint. Like a broken needle, kid, you missing a point. We dominate your conference with offense that's no nonsense. My theme song hits, get your reinforcements. We strike quick with hard kicks, ducking ice sticks, bare knuckle mitts through fight pits. Beat you lifeless, never survive this. Get forgot like all timers. Two-faced rappers walk away with 4 shiners. The raw rhymer, turning legends to old timers. My incisors like a viper biting through your one-liners. New Dead Man Inc., and we about to make you famous. Taking over Earth and still kicking in Uranus. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. You ain't advanced enough to process potential phonetical concepts or objects are foreign, like block tests, fonts and texts are complex, regardless of your finesse or your fitness. It's a condition of business. Your lane vision of an underground physical image underneath to undermine your whole typical image with the precision of percentages and the collision of sentences. Poetry, beats and mics, we untouchable like righteous sluts with no crevices. Streets unite, we rock brighter with dumber beats. Your cats couldn't come this hot and they urged off in the summer heat. Forget 2 takes, kill your birds the first time. Your best ain't worthy of my filler or worse rhymes. I'm better than nice. Check the veteran stripes, leave you beside yourself with fear. I'll kill you and bury you twice, despite the cover of night. Tracking your flight like guerrilla warfare, where the grass is dense. Approaching me's a quick way to get referred to in the past tense. Dead that. When the light the mic is on, the crowd is dead like an intermission when you on a Titan. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me.